Hi, I'm Kevin Hill, and today I thought we would do another fun painting. So let's get started. We'll start off today with a 2-inch brush and a little bit of brown. And then we'll come right up here to the sky and just do little X's. Kind of keep the corners pretty dark. Now we can change the color, even add a little bit of yellow, and just add some more paint right there. Now with a clean brush, we can just blend out the whole sky using big X's. Now with the 1-inch brush and some white, we can come right over here and drop in some clouds, doing tiny little circles. Kind of shape the cloud. Now with a clean 2-inch brush, we can just blend out the bottom of the cloud. I'm using tiny circles. Just blend it right into the sky. And then we can fluff the top. Just lift it right up. And then blend it all back down. Make it look nice and soft. And then when you have that done, you can go back to the brush, add the white on it, and do another cloud right in front of that, leaving that soft, dark area in there. And look at that, they look separate now. You have layers of cloud. It's not just flat. Now with the 1-inch brush and some brown and a little bit of yellow, we can come over here and just tap in some trees. Using the corner of that brush, tapping down. Kind of shape your tree, don't just hit it on here and think a tree is going to appear. You do have to worry about kind of the limb shapes and the placement of the tree. Just like that. Now today I thought we would just use mostly brown. Brown and a little bit of yellow and white. I think we'll have a nice, really warm snow scene. Now I think I want to make this tree a little bit bigger, so I'll just come up here and tap. You see, this will make it nice and interesting. That way we don't just have this same old shape going right across the canvas. Kind of breaks it up. And then we'll highlight it and it'll really draw your eye to it. Now with the knife and a little bit of brown and black, we can drop in a little tree trunk up here. Just touching with the knife and kind of giving it a little pull. Just like that. Now with some brown and white, we can add a little bit of highlight to this tree trunk. Just touching and letting the knife bounce right along. Now with the 1-inch brush and some white, we can add a little bit of highlight to this tree up here. Just tapping with the brush and forming the limbs. And leave some dark areas in your tree. See all that dark there? Skip down, and then do another one, and then you get dark. Very important that you leave the dark. If you don't leave the dark, you'll have a flat tree. Won't have any depth or contrast in it at all. So it's pretty important that you leave the dark. Now while we have that brush going, we can add a little bit of snow to some of these trees. I'm still just tapping and leaving some dark in the tree. Now we don't want to do them all, just a couple. Just a couple. Because we want this one to be the most pronounced. Be the brightest and stand out the most. So we'll just do a little bit of highlight down here. To turn this down here into snow, we can take the 1-inch brush and grab a little bit of that dark color, pull it, let it mix in, move it around a little, and then it'll look like little shadows in the snow. Now with just a clean knife, we can come over here and just scrape out where I think I want a little building. Maybe a cabin right here. we'll just kind of scrape out the basic shape. Now with some brown and black, we can just block in this little cabin up here. Keep it really dark because we want our highlights to show up, and we need the dark for the light to show. Now with the knife and a little bit of white, we can add some snow right up here on the roof. Just touching and letting the knife float right down. Now with some brown and white, we can add just a little bit of highlight right up here. Just touch and let the knife float right down, and you'll get all this breaking. Now on this side, we'll have even less light. Just touch and let it run right down, but keep it dark. This area is in shadow back here. Now when you're done with your cabin, you can take a fan brush and just grab a little bit of that brown and pull it. And that kind of cleans up the perspective on the cabin and also creates some shadows in the snow. Now back to that 1-inch brush that we were making the trees with, and we can grab a little bit of brown and black, and maybe right here there's a couple little bushes that come down like that. Just like that. Maybe one right there. That kind of looks now like a little hill, and it's growing around the hill. It kind of helps to form the land. Now with the script liner and some brown, we can add a few little things of grass that's just sticking up. Maybe a few back here. Now when you're done with that, you can take the knife and just add a little bit of a fence. This is an old fence, and maybe it's not all here, but there's a few posts that are left. And maybe a big one right here in the foreground. And another one right there. Now with some brown and white, we can add a little bit of highlight just by touching and bouncing it right down. And a tiny bit back here. Alright, well I think we're done. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Don't forget to check out my DVD for sale. I'll put the link below. And also check out my new website. I'll put that below too. Thanks for watching.